Hello, Giny. Welcome.
Hello.
Um, it is great to see you as always, and thanks again for your time and being part of the diversity talks. This project, Giny, when you're ready, let me shortly introduce you, and we can then move into my questions. Giny, you're a very successful professional woman. You have been on the senior positions for a long time, and you are now the Europe CEO of C&A company. But before C&A, you worked for IKEA for many years by holding the positions like general manager retail or a country manager of Austria. So, looking at your career, this is my first question.
Mhm.
Can we conclude that business life or corporate world is inclusive, or you're an exception?
Yeah, or I was thinking, or I was lucky, you know,
Okay.
because I have to say I was probably really lucky to work for IKEA 23 years. It's a very, inclusive company. And I experienced CNA the same. And I've been thinking about it when people ask me more, from are you this exception or so. But of course, if you have these positions, you don't think so much as a woman. Being a woman, I have this position. I think men don't do that neither. It's more that I know, of course, we have not so much female CEOs at the moment, still even in Germany or Austria and in other European countries, which is sad, which is super sad. So there is something, why not? And of course, companies have to make it possible for women, because of course you don't just become a CEO, you need to have the possibility to grow and develop in companies. So in that sense, you can say, yeah, you are lucky, but also take the opportunity.
Mhm.
I mean, as you know that as well, from I have moved around with my family in Europe, and I took the opportunity, and with also some risks. Because it brings a risk, no, if you move your family to different countries. But I did it. So I was also thinking, so I would like that more women also, stand up and take the opportunity when it occurs. And companies and institutions as well should always consider women as well in the leadership positions, because it's already so often proven you have better results if you have diverse teams. I don't say because you have a woman at the top, but I mean it is you have a change if you. I think that's what I hear always. At least it's the way how I lead. But you lead the way you lead. You don't know if it's masculine or feminine because. I don't call it like feminine. I hear it more from others. Say, from you have a very feminine style, whatever that means,
Can I ask you something? I know you, and you're a woman who took risks in her career, and you're someone who, stepped outside your comfort zone a couple of times. Nevertheless, you said that maybe I was lucky. What makes you think that you were lucky?
Yeah, that is an interesting question. Sometimes it is perhaps that you are just there at the right moment at the right time. I don't know, um, but perhaps I even don't know. It's always lucky the right word. It's also I think more to grasp the opportunity. I'm now just thinking when I got the opportunity to work in distribution in the supply chain for IKEA. I thought first when they called me, I thought, nah, this is a mistake. I don't come from logistics. Why do they need me? But then when I started to think about it and I met the people and I thought, interesting. We needed to build up a new organization for Holland, Belgium, and UK. And I thought, why not? So yeah, it's being lucky or taking the opportunity, being courageous as well, I think, and I do think also believe in yourself. believe in yourself that you can contribute, and even though it's unknown world, but I've always stayed true to myself, and I do think, and that for me is men and women, but being super open to learn and to be curious, and that's also what I know from studies. Sometimes we as women, we want to be so sure 300% that we can do the job before we say yes, huh? And sometimes I think you have to think a bit more probably as a man, because I always think they think if they have 50% of what the job is requested, they think, I was ready 10 years ago, if I exaggerate. But I mean, I think sometimes that is also a good thing, believing a bit more in yourself, and perhaps you don't know everything, but you will find out, and you don't need to know everything either, no? You have others, so.
Giny, do you remember when did you feel that your voice is heard, you are included? What exactly at that time, maybe, what exactly was IKEA doing and it made you, give you the sense that, you are included?
Yeah, I think it's as well for me, IKEA as well C&A now. I felt it from the start. It's the culture. It's a very it's very inclusive. IKEA talks much more about it than C&A, but C&A is a super inclusive culture. So I think that it's a feeling, and then you also have to make yourself heard. You have also to do an effort, but that's probably for everyone. I've never been thinking so much that I am a man or a woman, but I believe in certain things. And then I wanted to let myself heard, because I thought that is what I believe is good for the purpose of the company. It's good for the business. It's good for us as people who work in the company. So I think I would say believing in yourself, make yourself heard, but also finding inclusive cultures.
Do you remember, or could you please share maybe with us some best examples that, you were doing as the country manager of IKEA, or right now as the Europe CEO of C&A? What do you do to create diverse and inclusive environments?
Yeah, it starts, of course, with the team. Having I always have liked international teams, and you have a diversity, of course, in gender, but it is in age and in experience, and from inside the company and outside the company. I don't like hierarchies. I don't think hierarchies help for an inclusive culture. But if I'm thinking of some concrete things, what I did when I was in the CEO for IKEA Austria, we had at the moment, I had two of my management team managers. They were pregnant, and they were really both pregnant from twins by coincidence. But then they both came to me and said, yeah, I will come back. And both of them said individually, would like to come back, but then in a lower role, because I can't be full-time anymore. And then I said, no, you are super good. I want you to come back in my team, and then you do part-time. And for instance, was the HR, and then she came back 3 days, and then we have recruited the deputy, which is super good for succession. And then she stayed, and the other one from marketing, she became communication manager. It worked very well. They were so loyal, so efficient. And that is what I think you should do. And another example was that there were two, also, again, two women who became pregnant. And then they said, we don't know what to do. And then I said, would you like both to share a store manager role? And that they did in the Heights store in IKEA Austria. And I think within 3 years, they become the top, among the top 5 best stores in the IKEA world. Super successful on all aspects, with the co-workers, the customers, the financial results. And I think these examples we still don't see enough. And it's the same for men. Because I think what is good for women is also good for men, but I didn't have so often those requests from them, but I think it's possible. You know, many things are possible, and we need just to do it. It's
You absolutely, it doesn't happen that often, and this is a risk, and I see that you took some risks. It was a courageous decision. What made you, take this risk and go for this, part-time options? What did you believe?
so I believed in them. I really believed in them as persons. I knew them. I knew what they could bring. And I saw that it is super good for the company. And also to say, and that's not why we did it, but it is a good example. And I think that's how we can, because it's not that every woman wants to work part-time, but sometimes a period in your life, and it can be both, it's more from partners, because you can say, okay, and it is really lots of times when you get children, we say, okay, in this time period of my life, I want to work a bit less, and then I can afterwards perhaps work more days. So but what I said, it felt good. I believed in them. They delivered, super loyal, became good examples. And then so it became very quickly in our organization, very normal, because we also organized ourselves around it. But for the others was also a normal thing. So it was, I didn't really consider it so special, but it's more, but I know it is still special, even in IKEA, I would say, no, and I also have to say in C&A as well.
And yeah, could you please tell us more about the diversity and inclusion work that you do at C&A? What do you do? So you are the CEO. What do you do to create inclusive environments, or to make your people feel that they're included?
Yeah, I think it's more what you say. It's almost like, how does everybody feels inclusive in a culture, huh? And for me, that starts with myself, probably, no? And I always start, for me as a leader, I think I need to know myself. I need to show myself being authentic. Because I do believe if I do that, and they see from I'm not faking, I'm not acting, and then I hope that that's the example that everybody is able to do that. Huh? I think you need to listen to everybody as well, give everybody also a voice. It's also a bit with extroverts and introverts as well. Huh? So listen to everybody. It starts also with creating awareness. Creating awareness that it is important, because first of all, it's the right thing to do. Huh? Yeah. Everybody should have the right opportunities. For me, that is the one thing, but it's also better for business.
Definitely.
It's also super smart to do. Yes. It's sometimes a bit more difficult in the leadership, because you need to handle all different opinions. It takes some a bit longer, but I think you get better results. Huh? The only thing is that I think, don't create diverse teams and not an inclusive environment, because then it doesn't bring anything.
Sorry, go ahead. You were saying.
No, I think it's a lot about creating a safe place, a safe environment where everybody then feels, wherever I come from, I feel safe. I'm recognized as a person, and with my knowledge, what I bring, and I think that becomes really important, because. And that is only also what I said, by doing it the whole time, creating open teams. Right? I'm a big fan of open teams, not like, oh, we are a team and you can't come in. It's not nice,
Could you please tell us more about what do you mean by open teams?
Now, I mean more like, if you have, let's call it a management team, for instance, also of the C&A, I've always said, I like that we create an open team. When we, for instance, would invite you to talk about something, that you feel immediately part of us. And not that we sit there as the team because we have something in common and there is then the other one. And I think, and I already feel that our team is like that, because we have some works also with some consultancies, and then they come in and it's suddenly we are the team.
Mhm,
you
mhm.
know, and that I like. And that starts with every individual. And of course, as you know, it also starts with me, of course, as a leader, how I, yeah, how probably how I lead and how I
Mhm,
act.
mhm. So I see that you are underlying the importance of leading by example.
Yes,
Leading by example.
yes.
Yeah, I would agree with you in that case. It's really important because, you know, in the organizations, what I am seeing is at the, you know, higher positions, um, every single person, you know, at these positions keep constantly saying, you know, we respect values. We
Mhm.
accept that we all are different. We accept that, you know, we have different backgrounds and this is wonderful. But I see that this awareness or intention stays at the cognitive level, intellectual level. It is
Mm.
really difficult to transform this awareness into our behaviors. And yeah, go ahead.
No, but I think it's true, and I think it is a lot in what you say. It's about how you lead, and I really, and that's what I always really try to be myself, and I know myself. I try to show myself, but I also dare to say if I don't know things. You know, you need to show your vulnerability, and I have also said in our organization today that egos don't have a place here.
Mm,
You know, it is about this selfless leadership. You need to support others. There's you are there to support the others so they can all, you know, bloom, and then we will do good business results because of course we are for that. And but I don't think it's about you. You know, it's not about you as the leader and as the person. Eh? That's at least I don't like that kind of leadership. And then you need also to be clear. If you see that in your organization, you need to act.
mhm, mhm. Jeannie, the other thing that I would like to have your opinion is when we talk about diversity,
Mm.
gender equality is part of the diversity. There are other types of diverse groups as well. So what? And I believe that in the organizations, the great progress has been done so far in terms of, you know, achieving gender equality. But when it comes to, you know, people with migrant background, transgenders, people with disabilities,
Mm.
I see that we are not there in the organizations, even in the international organizations. What do you think? What needs to be done? What should organizations do to include those people in their system as well?
Yeah, first of all, I don't know, Oya, if we have done great steps with gender equality and I doubt that bit because I think, especially now in the yeah, in the whole Corona times, I think it's more tough for women, unfortunately. But no, but I think we have done steps. It goes way too slow. I just want to highlight that because I think it's sad every time when I see the figures. I think, and that's why I'm more and more a fan of quota because I think, okay, we don't listen, then we need a goal, and we do it like in the business. We set a goal and then we work towards that, and so that's probably the thing to change. And perhaps we should also do that with all the others. Yeah, I don't even know how to call it. Aspects, so to say. I mean, because I thought, you know, I think everybody should be welcome. You know, you should all. It doesn't matter from what ethnicity, what religion, whatever it is. I mean, everybody should feel I can apply for that job. It doesn't matter how I look like, what I, yeah. So I think the most important thing for me is, let's say, what I would not recruit is if you don't have the values what we believe in the company.
Mhm,
So that for me is the most important thing. You know, we say we believe in, you know, like connecting with people. We believe in caring. We believe in simplicity. We believe in cost consciousness. Just some of the values. then I think if you don't have that, that for me would be the only, let's say, criteria why I would not recruit. I think I would recruit on character more than anything else with those values. And of course, you should have the capabilities, what we ask for specific jobs, but it should never be related to, yeah, what I said before, believe in or who you are almost, huh? Because that's what you do then. You exclude someone on who he or she is. And that, and I know there's a lot of unconscious bias, etc. So we need to become aware of it. But it's more like, so why not? Why is it? Huh? And again, what you do also now, you talk about it, be aware about it. Huh? I hear now more and more, for instance, from men and some of my friends as well. They really believe that, or believe they think that I'm got this job because I'm a woman. And I think, do you really think so? And then they think they have a difficult time because they're men. They say, no, you have just more competition. Because it's
Giny, our time is already up. Is there anything else that you would like to share? So I lost you, by the way. I cannot see you now. If you can see me.
Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, no. You're back.
Yep. Don't know what happened. No.
Yeah, is there anything else that you would like
to? But I was thinking, when it's about, if you think for diversity and inclusion, and I can only say from, where I'm sitting, it's like, it's the right thing to do. You get better business results and you attract top talents. So, but start to talk about it. That is the best thing. Create awareness and then do it. Just to, it's create these diverse teams.
Thank you so much for your time, for your input. It was always, it's always lovely talking to you, Giny. Bye. Stay safe and healthy.
Yes, you too. Bye-bye.